February 28, 2025. The world watched with bated breath. The Oval Office was the stage for a high-stakes encounter. President Donald Trump, back in the White House after 4 years, was hosting his Ukrainian counterpart, Volodymyr Zelenskyy. The stakes couldn't be higher. A brutal war raged in Eastern Europe. Millions were displaced, cities reduced to rubble. The conflict had become a proxy war, with the United States and Russia locked in a dangerous standoff. At the heart of this meeting was a proposed minerals deal. The United States sought exclusive access to Ukraine's vast mineral wealth. In return, Ukraine demanded increased military aid and unwavering support against Russian aggression. It was a delicate dance, a balancing act on a geopolitical tightrope. The world held its breath, hoping for a diplomatic breakthrough. The Oval Office, steeped in history, crackled with tension. Sunlight streamed through the windows, illuminating the flags of both nations flanking the resolute desk. President Trump, his face etched with a familiar seriousness, waited impatiently. His Vice President, J.D. Vance, stood beside him, a silent sentinel. Minutes ticked by, each one an eternity. Finally the door swung open. President Zelenskyy entered, his face etched with fatigue but his eyes resolute. His presence filled the room, a stark reminder of the weight of the situation. The two leaders shook hands, a seemingly routine gesture imbued with extraordinary significance. The world watched, hoping for the best, but fearing the worst. Pleasantries were exchanged, the air thick with unspoken tension. Trump, known for his direct approach, wasted no time. He spoke of America's unwavering commitment to Ukraine. He emphasized the billions in aid already provided. Zelenskyy listened patiently. He then spoke of his people's suffering. He expressed his gratitude for American support, but his words carried a subtle edge, a hint of the frustration simmering beneath the surface. He needed more than words. He needed action. He needed guarantees. Trump, his voice rising, demanded greater public gratitude from Zelenskyy. He felt the Ukrainian leader wasn't doing enough to acknowledge America's sacrifices. The room crackled with tension. Zelenskyy, his composure barely holding, pushed back. He reminded Trump that his people were dying. This was not a game. The minerals deal was broached. Trump saw it as a win-win. Zelenskyy saw it as leverage, a way to secure his nation's future. The discussion grew heated. Trump, accustomed to getting his way, grew increasingly impatient. Zelenskyy, fighting for his nation's survival, refused to back down. The issue of ceasefire negotiations arose. Trump, eager for a foreign policy victory, pushed for immediate talks. Zelenskyy remained skeptical. He had seen Russia break promises before. He demanded security guarantees, concrete assurances that Ukraine's sovereignty would be protected. Trump hedged. He spoke vaguely of future commitments but offered no concrete guarantees. Zelenskyy pressed, his voice firm but respectful. The chasm between the two leaders widened. The room felt smaller, the tension suffocating. The meeting stretched on. The initial hope for a breakthrough faded with each passing minute. Trump, frustrated and impatient, abruptly declared the meeting over. The minerals deal remained unsigned. A planned joint press conference, a symbol of unity, was abruptly canceled. Zelenskyy, his face a mask of disappointment, left the White House. He had come seeking partnership, understanding, and concrete support. He left with nothing but a handshake and a renewed sense of urgency. The world watched in astonishment as news of the meeting's collapse spread. Trump, in a series of social media posts, accused Zelenskyy of being unreasonable and ungrateful. Zelenskyy, choosing his words carefully, expressed his disappointment but reaffirmed his commitment to peace. The fallout was immediate and far-reaching. The fragile trust between the United States and Ukraine was shaken. Russia, watching closely, sensed an opportunity to exploit the division. The future of Ukraine once again hung precariously in the balance.